it says write the number of results for each candidate, use the one with the most hits. So we're trying to find the optimal title. And actually I'm going to go ahead and another thing I wanted to show you is that let's say I start here, and when I go to SQL Server, it tells you what are some of the other possible search keywords, and it tells you the potential pages. So you can see that SQL Server 2008 has a lot more hits than 2005, and definitely probably more than 2000 since this has been around. But even when you get to 2000, notice that we have some options. So tutorials definitely showing up, download and whatnot. So you can definitely use this as a gauge of the interest in your topic. So now we will just search on SQL Server 2000 video. I'm getting about 1.1 million rows, 1 million results I should say. So let me just write 1000k, which is equal to 1 million. I'm going to go ahead and try this one. This one, SQL Server 2000 training, it's about 292k, so not too much. Then finally, let me try SQL Server video training. So what I've done here is, you'll notice that I took out the 2000 keyword, and I'm just essentially saying, okay, just give me any pages that talk about SQL Server video training. Again, I'm getting about 388 hits. So this is a quick and dirty way of essentially looking at your data, but out of these four variations, obviously the SQL Server 2000 video seems to have the most number of hits. So I'm actually going to go ahead and let's just underline this for now, and we will come back to this. So Google is definitely a useful place you can start. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to explore similar items within eBay. So what we will try to do is searching for your current title, then we will use again some alternate variations for the title, things like SQL Server 2000 training, possibly SQL Server video training, and then maybe just the term video training. And again, write the number of results for each contender. And also another recommendation is to note the other titles for similar products. Then it says demo. So let me open up essentially another instance of the web browser. I'm going to go ahead and go to eBay, and first I'm just going to go ahead and search for our title. You could just select all categories and then select search. And notice it's really pulling up our essentially auction right now. So I'm going to go ahead and try this one, which is just SQL Server 2000 training. Now looks like I'm finding about 12 items in there. So one of the option, like I mentioned, is you can possibly go in here and really see what these guys are doing. It kind of gives you some idea. They're using SQL Server Admin, specific type of training. You can get some essentially tips of what others are using. So we found 12 for that one. So let me just write that. Then I'm going to try SQL Server video training. For this one I only found 3, and looks like really they are all on SQL Server either 2005 or 2008. And then let me try video training. Now, obviously for video training, I'm going to get a lot more hits. So I'm getting about 1480. Um, Within this, you could, filter down to see what are the more popular video training items. But obviously, we're expecting a lot more hits. So this way, you can kind of explore similar items on eBay and get some ideas. Now, this last item that we have, this is probably going to be the most important one that we will discuss, and this is the eBay Research Labs, and we will be using a tool called BayEstimator. So I have included the link here, which is just labs.ebay.com. The BayEstimator will let you do the following. It will let you enter your original title, then it will let you pick a potential search query that the bidders may possibly use on eBay, and based on the search query, the most popular keywords are then suggested. So that this is where it gets really interesting, that you pick a query, and then essentially eBay will let you know that for that query, these are some of the keywords you should be using. Also, it will suggest the best category for your item. And using all of this information, essentially, it will guide you to come up with a revised title, and then also show you that how changing this title will compare with your original title in getting more coverage essentially to your item. So let's see all of this in action, shall we? So what I need to do is I'm going to copy this link. I will leave that one as is, and then go ahead and paste this in my browser. And actually, let me go ahead and close this one also. So here is the page. In fact, before we get into BayEstimator, which is up here, there are some things that it gives you right off the bat. Some of these items that are most in demand, and also some of the items that are the top gainers. So you can definitely browse this information. I'm just going to go ahead and click on BayEstimator. Now this is the page that just clearly says that optimize your eBay listing title using BayEstimate. And so I'm going to go to my item and copy this, and then walk you through this tool. So this is our item title right now, and I'm going to go ahead and click submit. eBay will essentially process all of this information and come up with a host of information. I'm going to try to maybe make this a little bit smaller so you can see things a little bit better. Okay, maybe that wasn't the best idea. Let's just go through this one by one. Essentially, it's listing a modified item title, which currently is the same. You will notice that as we use different options, this will change. It's telling us that we are using 53 characters and we have 2 more available, and that's one thing. You should always try to use the maximum number of characters for your title. We don't have a search query yet, but here's what eBay Estimator will essentially come up with some recommended queries that buyers possibly use. So I think for my case, SQL Server seems to be the best fit, so I will go ahead and click on that. So now if we move down, you'll notice that our chosen search query is SQL Server. Now the next portion is pretty interesting. This is where it's listed the keywords. So currently it's using SQL Server 2000 Database Admin DBA Video Tutorial, and then the desirability. Clearly you can see that there are some items that aren't desirable. Database is one. Admin and DBA seems to be also problematic. 2000, it's okay. Video is definitely okay. Tutorial is so-so. So keep that in